wait to do my intro. Why? Alright. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another late night Dolly Chats with Moa, of course. So yeah, late night Dolly Chat. To pick up where we left off, I don't really exactly remember where we left off. But I know we did a couple of these dolls that got flooded, and we got them de-haired, and all that good stuff. Oh no. Ooh, excuse me. Got some gassy tonight. Anyway, so yeah. Those dolls, all the ones that got flooded, I put them in my bathtub, and I put them all face down so the water could drain out of their eyes. I never did that before. I've always seen people do it on my different Facebook groups. It's always a suggestion. But I personally never did it myself. But I did it, and there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? No, 9. 9 dolls. 9 dolls in that box, plus the 1, 2, 2.5 that I pulled out and brought down before I took them all out. Hey! But yeah, I let them sit there for a couple days, and for a couple of dolls, it did work, and the water kind of dripped out. For others, though, it did not work, and the water was still all pooled up in her eyes. So I had to do what I always do with my Crissy dolls and just tilt them forward and just blow up air into their eye to get the water out. Hi, mamas. But yeah, so most of those, like I said, were ones that had, like, cuts in different spots in her hair. So a lot of them, including this Twirly Beads Crissy, I did take all of her hair out. And it, like, yeah, she's discolored a little bit. She's got a good tan going. But yeah, so, and also these dark marks in the corners of her mouth. I'm not sure what that is, but I scrubbed them pretty good for a while when I washed her face and got all her hair out and shrunk her plugs. Those marks are not coming out. So I'm not sure if that was permanent marker or what. But they're not going away. So I'll have to figure out something for her. But yeah, a lot of these dolls did get the hair removal treatment and their plugs shrunken, and they are going into the reroot pile. And a couple of them, like this girl, they had really, really pretty... Oh, wait, let me turn this down a little bit. Oop, that's up. Actually, no, back down. Okay. They had, as you can see, really, really pretty facial coloring. They just had a few marks like this that won't come out. Really good facial coloring, but they just had really badly chopped hair. So I had to take it all out. And here's another example of one of the ones I de-haired that's got really good facial coloring. Like, she's got good blush, you can still see it. There's not very many marks on her or anything. But yeah, I did not scrub her or, like, clean her head or her face or anything. I just took all the hair out and then shrunk up her plugs. You can see where her part line was. And a lot of these dolls, the part line, you can see, like, how it's supposed to go, like, right here along here. A lot of them are way off. So, but yeah, so that's what the cover photo was. Show you a little bit. You can see all the dolls there that got de-haired, and like I said, most of them were from that box of dolls that got flooded. And yeah, most of them had their haircuts, so they all got de-haired. They're going to the reroot pile. And then yeah, some of them need some new bodies. Like this girl, obviously, she's got a big crack right there that's been taped. She came to me that way. So some of them do need new bodies. And then there's also a couple that, I don't, this might be one of them, I can't remember. But they had painted nails, so I gotta take the nail polish off the nails. But yeah, turn this back up a little bit so y'all can see me. This is my first time I've been in your live. Welcome! Yay! I'm so glad you're here. Probably mold? I don't think so, because usually if it is mold, it would... I had a hair to floor Crissy that I had to de-hair because I was brushing her hair out, and then I looked in between. I was trying to figure out her part line, and I noticed that all, like literally in between her plugs, everything, her entire scalp was covered in this green, blotchy, like furry looking stuff. So that was mold, so I had to de-hair her. Unfortunately, she was a first edition hair to floor. I was really, really sad. But yeah, I took all the hair out, and then I scrubbed her head really, really good, inside and out, and it all scrubbed off, like, perfectly. And, I haven't checked her in a while, but the last time I checked her, it hasn't returned. So, I know it's not mold, because most of the time mold will scrub right away. And this stuff it's not. It's just kind of there. And it looks like a pencil mark or something, I'm not sure. But, yeah, it's not coming off, so I know it's not mold. It might be, like, maybe permanent marker or something. I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah. Also, I wanted to share real quick, this is not promoting anything, I swear. If anyone drinks Monster, this stuff is, like... Oh my god, it's like drinking rainbows. It's so good. If anyone likes orange creamsicle, this is called Orange Dreamsicle. It's the Reserve. But yeah, it's mwah, mwah, so good. All right. On to other Crissy related business. I did get a new Crissy item, and it's a lot, you can see it right there. It's a lot smaller than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was much bigger, like, so little girls could use it to curl their hair. But no, this is how it looks in my hand. It's very, very tiny. And these little curlers here are just, I'm gonna get it when that actually comes off. This is very, 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 very tiny. Like, that's, oops. They're very, very tiny. Like, this isn't even as big as one section of my finger. So these little curlers are, like, not even an inch big. But yeah, these are, like, super, super tiny. And they are big enough that literally, I took a picture. I don't know if she's gonna do it, but they can, like, literally hold these little curlers. And yeah, they're like, you know how big Crissy in Velvet is? Like, this curler is literally, like, the size of her hand. And that's the tiny curlers. The bigger curlers are about that big, if you can see that. So next to her face, it's, yeah, they're pretty tiny. I thought these were gonna be much bigger, but that's how big it is next to one of my fingers. But yeah, they have these, they all come apart like this. They got the little clip and then the little curler, and they're just like, honestly, they're super cute. It's like the cutest thing I've ever seen. The cutest doll accessory ever. But yeah, they all have these little posts that they sit in, and then this side, if you can see that side says Velvet, and then this front side, which you can obviously tell, this side is in better shape than this side. This side is very much faded, so you can tell this side was facing, like, whatever, like the sun or something. But there's also this little switch right here, and there's a battery underneath. And if you turn that switch on, let me turn this off real quick. If you turn that switch on, ta-da! They light up. And it is like just the cutest, cutest little thing. And there's just these two little lights down in there. And someone on one of my groups told me, I think it was Beth Calvin, the one who has the Crissy and Beth website. She said that they should all light up. But these two right here have little lights down in them, and then the rest do not. There's no lights in any of the other curlers. So oh, okay. I have to clean these connections a little more, because if you see, if you move the battery around, they kind of flicker. So there's a connection, obviously, but there's not like the greatest connection. So I got to get my Dremel tool out and really like clean these connections. And then these are the super, super tiny, thin little wires that are very fragile. And then I'll show you how tiny these light bulbs are. So if you can see that, that is the light bulb. And it's just that tiny, tiny, tiny little ball. But yeah, so I don't know if I want to, because I don't want to take a chance at like ruining this piece of history that's so hard to find. But I want to try and put lights in the rest of these little curlers that don't light up, and try to get the whole thing to light up. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, there's 4 big curlers and 4 little curlers, and it came in a set. And there was this, and then there was a brush and a comb, and there was all kinds of stuff. There was a brush like this. This is not an original Crissy brush, but there was a brush like this with plastic bristles, and then there was a comb with the same kind of handle. And there was different curlers and ribbons and bows and ponytails and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that picture is very, very deceiving, because I've seen that picture on the site before, and I always thought this was like so much bigger. But it's like literally this smaller than one of my shoulders. So this thing it's very, very tiny. But yeah, it's literally Crissy sized. But yeah, all these little curlers, they come off, and you can use them on your dolls, of course. And yeah, so I thought it was just like the cutest, cutest little thing. And like it lights up, and it's got Crissy's name, and it's got Velvet's name in the back, and it's got little flowers. And under here, she said she cleaned the connections, but you can tell just by like right here and over here, and you can tell that a battery was left in this, and it did explode, obviously. But she did clean the connections, and now it works. But yeah, I want to try and see if there's a way to put lights in all these other ones that don't light up. But I need to see if I can even... I don't even know if they make lights that tiny anymore. I might have to use LEDs. I don't know. I'm not really an electronic person. I mean, I am, obviously, but I don't like wiring and stuff. I don't really know much about that. So, but yeah. It's got a switch right here that says on and off. But yeah. So, got that. Super cute. And it also came with... This came in the set as well. This one's in rough shape, obviously. But it's a little beautiful Crissy hairstyle booklet. And it's got little instructions in it. And it's just held together with folded paper and this one staple right there. So this is very, very fragile. So I've been very careful with it, trying not to rip the pages. But it's got these little... If you want to pause the video and read... But yeah, it's got all these little hairstyle. You can make different hairstyles and all kinds of little stuff. And it tells you how to do them, like different hairstyles. And they're just like super, super duper cute. Oh, there's that one. And that one. And it's got like so many. And then it's got this one on the back. And it tells you like how to do it, like figure A, B, C, and D. But yeah, came with that little booklet. And it's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different hairstyles. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. I got that. It was only $30, which is a totally good deal. I've seen the complete set maybe twice in my life. But I've seen this little piece on its own maybe like 3 or 4 times. And let me tell you, they were not cheap. But yeah, so I just had to snag that up. But yeah, so I got that. But yeah, I got that little set. And then, so I'm going to put it on the shelf next to my little Crissy hairdryer. I need to find some way to replicate this sticker. Because this came with a velvet I got off Marketplace. And this same thing, it's got a little on-off switch here, and then your batteries go down there. And the battery terminals are in decent shape. They're not like corroded. They have some corrosion, as you can see, like right there. But it's nothing bad enough to stop it from working. But yeah, it takes 2 AA's. And yeah. And it's got a little fan in it, so it actually does blow. I don't think I have any... How do I not have any AA's? I don't think I have any AA's. I was going to show you guys like how it sounds and how it works. When I got this, if any of the doll collectors out there have gotten a doll with a motor like Baby First Step or Dance Arena, and you turn it on and it makes that really loud, obnoxious whining noise, that's because the bearings inside in the motor have gone dry and need to be re-lubed up. So this just comes apart real easy with 3 screws. And then, so I oiled up the motor and it works just like new. But yeah, the elastic on here obviously is like 50 years old. So it's like, it's not the tightest, but it still stretches. But yeah, so it's got this little tube and yeah. But yeah, it's gonna go on the shelf right next to those. And yeah. Let's see. I forgot to, yeah, see, like the dolls in that box, they all had haircuts like this. Like it was always like right in the front. And then that twirly beads had haircuts like up here and up in here and back here. So I wasn't having it. I couldn't cover it up after I washed her hair. So her hair just had to go. But she's another one that's gonna go. See her, she's gone kind of yellow, but it's not too bad. But her facial coloring is it's pretty decent. Her painted eyelashes, this one over here is kind of going, but her eyes are also crooked. But yeah, so she's gonna get de-haired tonight. And then her plug holes are gonna get shrunk. But yeah. And then, oh, there was a couple others over there I forgot to bring over. But those are going to get de-haired as well. And then also, oh, there's another twirly beads here. I don't know if I've mentioned it when I did the, when I straightened the tail in my last video, but I'm pretty close. The new straightener I got, I couldn't find for the longest time the perfect setting to straighten the hair, because I would straighten the hair and it wouldn't be like just super like smooth like that. It would be kind of bumpy. So I think I found the perfect well, her hair is also not washed or conditioned yet, so it's not totally super smooth, but yeah, I think I found the perfect setting, the perfect number to straighten the hair without it getting all bumpy or like being too hot or too cold. But yeah, so I straightened this section of her hair. This is a Twirly Beats Crissy. And then this is the section, this is one of the dolls that was in the box. You can see how frizzy this is compared to this stuff back here, which is all nice and super duper straight and shiny. And then this. So I wanted to show that off, kind of like a before and after. You can definitely see the difference, this frizzy compared to the straight. So that's another thing we're going to be doing tonight. And then, I don't know, her hair is, I don't think it's cut anywhere. It's just her face is so pale and faded. And she has a little blush, but you can see it's gone yellow. Her lip color is good, and her eyelashes and eyebrows are good, but her face has just gone pale. So I haven't completely decided yet, but I think I might, since she's so pale, I might turn her into something for Halloween, because I don't know how to fix all that, or spray paint, or that's what I meant to say, airbrush, not spray paint. But I don't know how to do all that, so I think I'm just going to turn her into some kind of Halloween creature. Not sure if I'm going to cut off all her hair and maybe reroot her. Haven't gotten that far into the decision yet. But yeah, so that's another thing we're going to be doing, is straightening out the rest of that tail. And then, oh, I figured out a hack as well, thanks to TikTok. If you ever find yourself, like, this happened to me when I was cutting off all the hair from these dolls. My scissors, they stopped cutting, and then it would just kind of bend and fold the hair, and it wouldn't cut it. Thanks to TikTok, if you take a piece of tin foil and fold it in half, kind of like this, I don't know if it's just folded once in half, or if you can like fold it up a million times, but what I did is I just took my scissors and just took a tiny little sliver and just cut it like that. It actually sharpened my scissors so that I could use them again, and it cut through the hair flawlessly. And then after maybe I cut off half the hair on a doll, they would kind of do that, like, go dead again, is what I call it. They went dead, and they wouldn't cut their hair. But yeah, so I found out that hack. Thank you, TikTok. And then, I need to turn this on. Yeah, I think that's about it. For, like, updates anyway. Oh, I was going through some dolls, and these are going to be some dolls that we're going to work on tonight. One of my look-around velvets that I got from my friend Steven, you can tell, see, she's gone very, very pale. But her eyes have also gone rusty. So I'm going to be cleaning her eyes. And her eyes have also oxidized quite a bit, so they've gone gray. But she's also getting that ring around the center, but it's turning green. So you can kind of see it right there. That ring around the center is turning green. So I feel like if I take these eyes out and maybe in the summer set them out in the sun and really like let them fade and oxidize, they would turn a really, really pretty green color. Because I'll show you. I got, one time someone sent me a bunch of parts and stuff, Crissy parts, and in that was a little flower case, and it had a bunch of little different compartments, but they had like different eyes, like cricket eyes, Mia eyes, you know, velvet eyes, whatever. There was this pair of eyes in there, was this really, really pretty light lime green color. And I realized that they used to be velvet eyes. And I put them in one of my, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I put them in one of my custom Crissys that I rerouted. And I'll show you, let me turn on the flash here. This girl right here, you can see how really pretty and green her eyes are. But if you look, you can't really tell on here, but there's little tiny purple spots in there. But you can tell they faded and oxidized to a really pretty light lime green color. And they're like super duper pretty. But yeah, most her facial coloring is gone. Like her lips are faded and she doesn't have much blush. And her eyebrows and her painted eyelashes have gone yellow. But I gave her this really, really pretty like blonde hair that kind of matched all that. So, but yeah, these velvet eyes have oxidized so much that they just turn this really pretty like lime green color. And they're super duper pretty. So I just made her out of that, and her color theme, I guess, is like a green. She's got a green dress. I think she has green shoes. And then the same with this one. This one I call Destiny. Put Carrie eyes in her in a green dress that I dyed. You can still see some of the orange on there because the color didn't really stick too much to that dress. But definitely in the front, you can see it's all, like it's really good right here, and then it's like faded and it's just all blotchy. I need to re-dye it. But yeah, that's my custom Crissy shelf. This one here, that Carrie there is my latest. I call her Summer. She was an emergency case because her hair was all chopped off and whatnot. You can see her eyes, Carrie's eyes, when they discolor and fade, you can see that one's like a yellowish color. And then that one's still kind of like a green, but it's like a really faded green. But yeah, she had no facial coloring whatsoever. No lips, no painted lashes, no eyebrows. All her hair was chopped off. Her eyelids, it looked like someone tried to repaint her or do something with her eyelids. So she had no paint on her eyelids. So I just took I took her eyes out and took them apart and painted them with nail polish. So now she has this kind of rocker look going on. But yeah, so I just wanted to show off those ones. And then this velvet here and this Crissy are like my second and third. This Dina is my first ever reroute, and she was redone like 3 times. But yeah, so all my little customs, some of them I gave names, some of them I didn't. Like this one here is Destiny, and then Hope, Storm, and then I can't remember, I think her name was like Oceana or something, because she's got multicolored hair. And then obviously Tiffany, my custom Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. And then this here is Jolene. And then I don't think I ever gave her a name. I think her name is just Carrie. And then Summer. But yeah, all my little customs. But yeah, so I just wanted to show off those really pretty oxidized eyes. And they didn't have lashes, so I put new lashes in them. They're not the greatest, but better than nothing. But yeah, so I just wanted to show those off. But yeah, so those velvet eyes. Oh, there was another velvet here that I have. Her eyes are really faded and they oxidized and changed as well. Is this one of them? No. Oh, I think I took her out there. She is out there. Okay, so let's go back out there. And then I'll show you that velvet. And her eyes are really pretty because they oxidized, but I think it was only one of them that oxidized. Yeah. Well, no, they're both kind of oxidizing. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, let's flip this around. How many Crissy fashion outfits do I have? I'll show you in 1 second. So this is what this Velvet's eyes turned into. And this is how I got her. But you can see down there, like towards the bottom of the eye, it's still kind of purple. And then it's also purple in other spots as well. But mostly this eye just turned white. And it's really, really strange. And then the other one is still purple, but it's got that yellow ring around the center. I don't know if I can see if I can focus in here. No. But yeah. And her hair is in good shape. It's not like cut super bad or anything, and it's washed and conditioned. I still gotta get her, I gotta clean up her ponytail. I don't even know whose, I have so many ponytails, I don't know whose ponytail is what anymore. But yeah, so there's another example of Velvet with oxidized eyes that are changing. And then also this, show you this look around Velvet here. Her eyes are also, you can kind of see the rust in there, but you can see her eyes also are changing. This eye is a darker purple than this one, but you can see that green ring around the center. It's starting on this eye, but it's not as bad. You can see all the rust in there. But yeah, so that is just a few examples of oxidation on Crissy eyes. And I saw some comments. Let's see. When you shrink the plugs for her scalp, do you need to use boiling water? Yes, you do need to use boiling water. Just so that the vinyl, you're heating the vinyl up, and where the center part line is, the holes are usually like gaping because they go over a couple times so that they can split the hair and make the part line. So these holes that are made for the part line are usually a lot bigger than the rest of the holes. But yeah, I always use boiling water just to heat the vinyl up enough to reset those plug holes and shrink them back down into what they were. So basically like closing them up, I guess. But you can see on a lot of these dolls, you can see where the part line is supposed to be, and then this one's like hella crooked. But on most of these dolls, you can see the rows on some of them and most of them are really, really nice. And also, if you ever hear me talking, when I talk about these plug holes, if I say like triple row rooted or double row rooted, this is what I'm talking about. Because you can see 1, 2, 3 rows right here that are all perfectly... Cat, what are you doing? Oh, playing on the stairs. The first like 3 rows or 2 rows of plugs are all like exactly, they're like triplets. And then they go all the way around and they go up. So it's like 3 rows of needles doing one like pass. 3 rows, 3 plugs at a time. Cat is running up and down the stairs. So that's what I mean when I say double or triple row rooted. And then I'll give you an example of double row rooted. That was triple, obviously. Excuse me. And then this one is also triple. Where's that double at? Oop. Oh, here's a double. So you can see, like back here, where this dips down right here, this one down here is pretty much the same. And it dips down at the same time as this one. So this one is double row rooted. And then you can also, on some of these, see where they started, oh, right here behind her ear. And you probably can't see it that well, but there's 2 rows that start right here and then up here. And they go, and they're in perfect alignment. And they're like twins, and they go all the way around. But yeah, so that's what I mean when I talk about double or triple row rooted. That's what I'm talking about. There is also dolls that are single row rooted, and those are like the very first edition, like hair to floor dolls. Those ones are usually single row rooted, and then all the dolls, the first and second edition dolls, are usually I keep doing that. Single row rooted, and then the later dolls from later years are either double or triple row rooted. But yeah, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna put these in this box here just to get them out of the way, just so I can get my other work done. Okay. And then these ones, that one's triple. And this is another one that is double. So this one's a double row rooted, and then this one is triple. But a lot of these dolls are very... Oh, also, that was another thing. So this part in the back where they pulled it out of the molds, you can see how this one's very, very flat. Not flat, but, you know, it looks like the normal backside of a head. This Crissy has a tumor growing out of her head compared to this one. Oops. So you can definitely see the difference in these of how it's supposed to look compared to how this one actually looks. So she's got a balloon on the back of her head. But yeah, so some of these dolls that got dehaired are not in the greatest of shape, obviously, because they got marks on their facial, or on their cheeks and like facial coloring rubs, and then there's other dolls like this that are like almost perfect. They're a little faded, but they're in a lot better shape. But yeah. This is one of the ones I have not cleaned up yet, so I don't know if you can see, yeah, all that dirt and stuff on her arms still, and then also on her face. And then this head. But yeah. And then I know I was asked about the Crissy fashions. I don't have very many, like, fashion Crissy clothes, but I do have a few, a lot, actually, of velvets. Hey, Steven, I was just talking about this is one of the ones I'm going to work on tonight, your look-around velvet that you gave me. I was going to clean her eyes because they're very, very rusted. And also, she does work, but over the years since I've had her, she has gotten, like, so fast. So I'll show you this real quick, and then we'll move on to the Crissy outfits. Watch how fast she goes. Like, these are not supposed to go this fast. She on crack. Yeah, they are not supposed to move that fast. And her head kind of moves. But yeah. So she's going to be one of the girls we work on tonight. But, alright, Crissy, or velvet fashions. Okay, well, Crissy, obviously, I have a lot of the stock outfits, like Tressy's, let me turn the flash on. Tressy's outfit right here, I did try to wash it because it was a little dirty, but then it faded and it just made all these wrinkles, and I tried to steam it to flatten this out, and then it actually ended up melting the fabric and like making it all wavy and shrinking it. So I just said screw that and just left it. And then obviously Talkie Crissy. This one I think is in the best shape, this outfit. But yeah, I have 3 Talkie Crissy robes. This one is in the worst shape. And then I have this one here, which has the ties, but no little pom-poms. And then this one's got the ties and the pom-poms. And then one of these, I can't remember which one. I think it's this one. There was no pom-poms, but there is a little snap here to fasten it. But that's just the way I got it. So I don't know if this outfit originally came with the little ties with the pom-poms. But yeah, so I have those outfits, and then I have a view of the Look Around Crissy's stock outfits. And then, let me I have, I'll show you these ones first. Obviously, none of my, well, one of my customs has a original Crissy dress that you saw earlier, Destiny, with the green dress that was blotchy. And then my shelf below it is all the dolls that are in good shape that I keep original. I have all these outfits, Crissy outfits, original, the Movin' Groovin', Look Around, Twirly Beads. That's another Twirly Beads in a second edition outfit. And then these are all velvets. And then I have this outfit, and then that brown one over there, the green one, the red one, which are JCPenney catalog exclusives, along with that brown one. And then I have the coat and hat on Mia. And then I also have one of these. So I have that outfit. And I also have the variation of that outfit, which is that shirt and those pants. And I'll take you out there and show you. But instead of just the normal, like you saw on that outfit, the normal plaid denim, the variation has like a almost bleached, like sun-faded look. I got this outfit off another doll on eBay, so it was very, very used, and it is not in the greatest shape whatsoever. I cleaned it in Oxy, and the color of the water just turned, it's nasty brown. But this is the variation of that outfit, and it's got like this bleached denim look, but it's still got the one-way and the exit and the fringe, and obviously the red shirt. This doll I tried to sell on eBay a couple times, but no one bought her, and she is very, very gorgeous with really pretty purple eyes and full-length hair. Whew, let go. And her hair is like in the greatest condition. She's almost mint. Her hair is super shiny and full length, no frizz. She was one of the dolls I got in the 74 doll lot. And then there's 2 Crissys right there that I cleaned up from the lot. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. That is a second issue Crissy that came in the orange mini dress and the floofy, like woolly hair. And then that's when they started only doing the hair to the knees. And then this was the second, I believe, second edition. She is the 1970 Crissy that came with the round knob and this blue mini dress. But yeah, I'll take you back in there and show you those other outfits a little closer. Oh, here's another example, this hard to find outfit. This outfit here, obviously it is a little see-through. It's not supposed to be see-through. There was a velvet lining in there that I believe was either white or like a light purple. And then I got this outfit and it was just shedding like crazy. Like it was snowing. So I literally just took that outfit outside and just shook it around like crazy and got all that disintegrating velvet out of there. So now it looks like this with the shoes. And yeah, I forgot all about her. I know, so did I until I fucking took my shelf apart. But yeah. Okay, so let's go back in there and I'll give you, I know it was really, really quick, so I'll give you a better look at all those really pretty velvet outfits. A couple of them I got new in the package. And I also have underneath all my spare heads here, turn my flash on, underneath all these little heads here, extra heads, I just gotta, like my two AAs, I gotta find bodies for them. This is the Crissy, or the bridesmaid outfit for Cricket, and it is new, still sealed in the package. And I got this in the $74 lot with a couple other outfits, like this one here, Beachnik. I got that one mint on the card, and I was gonna leave it, but then I'm like, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna put it on a really pretty velvet. And yeah. And then the, oh, also this look around velvet outfit, I got that in a lot. That's in really good shape. And then this one as well, or no, there was another one. There was another look around outfit that I got that was really good. And then from that same lady, I got this original twirly beads outfit with the, well, you can't really see them, with the little shoes down there, the light pink shoes. And then, yeah. And then a moving grooving outfit, talky velvet, swirly daisies, I believe. Unless that's the other version, I can't remember her name. And then the frontier gear. And then I can't remember the name of these two, but these three outfits right here were JCPenney exclusives. Or not exclusives, but, ouch, my back. Catalog outfits. And they all came, they didn't like come together, but if you paid like an extra price, you would get these two with that one, and then they all came kind of like together. So I got these three outfits together, which came with this talky velvet that I got off Marketplace. And these two outfits here, the red one and the green one, are very hard to find. This brown one here is a little easier to find, but not very. And then this coat and hat I got with a velvet off Marketplace. And then this one here, I can't remember the name of it, the one with the clock and the one way. I got that mint on card for Christmas. And yeah, it came with like hair ribbons and stuff like this outfit did. But I put those somewhere so I wouldn't lose them, and then now of course I can't find them. But yeah, and then Dina's stock outfit, which always falls apart. But yeah, so those are the little outfits. All the little different outfits I have for velvet. And then, like I said, I don't have very many of Crissy's fashion pack outfits. It's just mostly the original stock outfits. But yeah, so, oh, and then of course Carrie in her stock outfit, and Swirla Curla, her stock outfit. Oh, and then I have this one here, which I believe is a catalog outfit, but I have not been able to identify it yet or find it. It's just a little yellow undershirt with this floral print, like top and skirt. The t-shirt, they're separate pieces, but yeah, I got that one. And then there's another one I have. It's a very long, I don't know, I don't think it's on any of my dolls, but it's a very long, like, gown, and it's yellow, and it's floral print, and it's got this orange ribbon around the waist, and it's just, like, super cute. And for the longest time, I thought it was just a homemade outfit that's my grandma made or something, and then I was going through Beth's website. Oh, here's another outfit that I have for them, for Velvet. And then I also have this one. I found out it was actually a catalog outfit. And it was either J.C. Penney or Ward's. I can't remember. But yeah. So I don't have very many of Crissy's outfits. I mostly have just stock outfits and whatnot. And then, yeah, I mostly have just a lot of Velvet's outfits. But yeah, not very many Crissy. Oh, I do have this one. I can't remember the name of it, but I got it from Darlene. You guys hear me talk about Darlene a lot. But I got this one here, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's this one here with the little pink and purple squares. And then it also came with this little headband or necktie, waist tie. You could wear it a million different ways. But yeah, that one it's tagged. It's got a Crissy tag on it. But I think that is the only Crissy fashion that I have. And then I also have this other, move some of this stuff out the way. I had to grab a bucket for it, or like a little tote. But all these extra outfits I have, like there's some homemade outfits in here, and then there's some originals, and then I got some shoes, and then, yeah, some shoes, and I have that outfit for Velvet, and then more Movin' Groovin', tons of orange lace, but yeah, there's tons of outfits in there. I don't use that purple one for Velvet, because the elastic that holds it up on her shoulders is all kinds of stretched out. So, oh my god. I went to the gym tonight and worked my legs mad hard. So, my legs hurt. She could be a Norse goddess with those eyes, right? Okay, let's see. They make bottle lights that have very tiny bulbs. That is true. They do have those fairy lights, which, I mean, I guess I could use those and just kind of stick them up in each curler. I don't know, though. We'll have to see. Let's mess around with them and see what happens. How many Crissy fashion outfits? Oh, yeah, I just showed those. If I get a Crissy with her bangs up and I try comb them down after it dries, it doesn't stay. Any tips to make her bangs stay? The one with the white shirt is a Crissy outfit. With the white shirt. I'll have to go back and look. If I get a Crissy with her bangs up and try to comb them down after it's dry, it doesn't stay. Any tips? I'm trying to think here. Use her as an example. So this is one of my first edition dolls with the hair to floor. And then, okay, so her bangs. So if you're talking like, if they're like up like this, or if they're like just kind of back. Either way, her hair was like that because she has the wool hair. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me go grab my brush. Okay. Ignore my messy basement. We've been doing a lot of cleaning and reorganizing. Yes, and they won't go down. Okay, so... Okay, maybe I'm not going to use her because I had her hair in a very specific style. So does the Crissy have like woolly hair like this, like fuzzy and woolly, or does she have more of the like this, like the nylon, the smoother, shinier hair? That right there is going to can't talk, determine what method you can use to get those bangs to stay down. She has the nylon hair. Okay, so it's not the woolly mammoth hair like this. Like, this hair is in good shape, but it's still, you can tell right here it's been cut and up there. Okay, so the nylon hair, there's a few different ways that I've found that you can get those bangs to stay down. Okay. So let me grab, who can I use? We'll use her. Okay. So her bangs, actually, you know what? Let's go into the bathroom real quick, because I think I have one that I washed, a head in there that I washed in the previous video that I did, the previous late night Dolly chat, and I haven't really touched her since. Aha, I haven't. Okay, so I'm gonna shine her hair up real quick, and then I will show you the different methods, because I think there's what I found two or three different methods I've found for flattening out the hair. And obviously one of them is the boil wash or boil rinse method, and you just boil some water and just wet the hair obviously first, and style it. So you're basically going to wet the hair and then style it, brush it into place and style it how you want it to lay. And then you're going to take that boiling water and just pour it very slowly over her hair so it doesn't like split up, or so it basically just stays in place. I'll show you, actually. I don't think I have one out here that I've done it on. I have some heads in my room I can show you examples of that I've done the boil rinse method on. And it worked very, very well. Better than I could have expected. Okay, so there's this one right here, this Crissy. And then there was another one. I think it was maybe this one. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. I know there was a velvet that I boil rinsed the hair on. Was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. I had... Oh, wait, I think it's right here. Yeah, okay. So I'll grab these two. These are two Crissy heads. Oops. That I did the boil... Damn. Close my door so the cat don't go in there. I did the boil rinse method on, and I just poured boiling water over her hair, and it worked really, really well. And it didn't like melt her hair or anything. Won't go down nylon. Okay, so these two here, I'll do this one first because she's in a little worse shape. And I first did it with her because you'll see in a minute. This was a talkie Crissy head I got from one of my friends, and her face is very, very faded and gone very, very yellow. And just for the hell of it, I boil rinsed her hair, and you can see how incredibly smooth, well, I mean, it's not totally smooth anymore because she's been sitting on a shelf, but her hair is like, it's so soft and smooth, and it lays perfectly just flat. Obviously you can see the other plugs underneath, but sometimes, depending on how you fluff her hair up and brush it and style it. I haven't really gotten it to work with her, but let's see. Just lightly kind of brush that into place. Okay. So depending on how you fluff it up, you won't see those little plugs protruding from underneath. Kind of like how you would right there. You just kind of fluff that up and then you won't see it. But with the nylon hair, you can see it just smooths everything out and it just makes it so nice and super duper shiny. But the only thing is, if there's any like original curl in her hair, it will obviously get rid of that curl and it will just totally just straighten her hair out. Like I said, she's been sitting on a shelf, so her hair was kind of sitting underneath like that. But yeah, that's one example of one that I did. And then this one here has had a haircut, but I tried it on her and I liked the results. So I was planning on rerouting her because part of her hair on the side is cut, but I just wanted to see how it would turn out with her because I didn't know if the nylon on all these dolls was gonna turn out the same. Let me fluff her hair up so you don't really see the plugs underneath. Kitten Witten. Hi, Kitten Witten. Okay, so here is another example of how smooth the hair becomes after you boil it. Like I said, these have been sitting on a shelf, so they're not like completely 100% flat anymore. But you can see how nice and just uber duper shiny her hair is, especially over here on the side. Her hair, I did not fix the part in her hair, so to fold it over so it's all just still folded over like that. Because like I said, I was just going to reroot her, so I didn't really plan on fixing the part line. But you can see there is not 1 ounce of frizz in her hair. And it's all just super duper shiny. Especially up there in her bangs. But she's also missing some lashes. But her facial coloring is really, really pretty. But yeah, I boiled her hair, and then I liked the way it turned out. Especially over here on the side, because it did, after I poured the water over her hair, obviously very carefully, it's very, very hot, obviously. I have something in my eye. I very carefully just took one of my soft bristle brushes like this, and I just kind of styled it, and then I curled what I could underneath her chin here. And then I set her down and I let her dry like that, and she's been like that ever since. And her hair wouldn't stay in place either. So that's one method of doing it, is the boil rinse to get it to stay where you want it to. And then another method you could try, which I'm going to try on this one here, you can see her bangs are kind of popping up and they're not staying down. So give me 1 second. I'm going to play with her hair a little bit and shine it up. Because you can see her hair, it's still a bit frizzy. But if anyone on here has heard me talk about the water bottle method, yeah, see her bangs they're not staying completely flat like I want them. Okay, but yeah, you can tell this is another one from the lot that got flooded. Her hair, there's a big cut right here, and then there's this part right here that's like really, really long. But Let me get this side real quick, and then I'll show you the method that I'm talking about. If anyone has heard me talk about the water bottle and bristle brush method that I use on a lot of my chatties to flatten out the frizz on them, that method also works on these Crissy dolls. And it works for flattening out the hair that won't stay flat, and it kind of poofs up. But it helps with flattening that out too, because you're like kind of molding it into where you want it to go. I gotta even out these bangs, because these bangs are, it's just annoying the crap out of me. Okay. Not perfect, but better than nothing. Oh, I missed a hair. Okay. Oh. See, these scissors have gone dead. Okay. So that's a little better. She looks like she has better bangs now. Water bottle, yes. Super late? No, not really. Hi, Amber. Shines like glass, yes. Crissy dolls have such wonderful nylon hair. I very much agree. We're currently talking about, Duke has a Crissy with hair. Her bangs, kind of like this one. This is one of the ones from my previous video that I washed from one of the dolls that got flooded. But you see her bangs are kind of poofy, and his are sticking up. So I'm kind of explaining different methods of how you can get them to stay down. And one of them is the boil rinse method that I used on this one and this Crissy. And her bangs now stayed down, and her hair is uber duper shiny, like this one here. But yeah, so the water bottle method, Amber, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You just take a little spray bottle, just normal water, no like conditioner, no nothing, just normal water. And let me, let's see, we'll use this body since this is the parts body. Take this head off here. Okay, so this is the head we want to do. I love that on these moving grooving bodies with the pose and waist, the neck cone is so small and thin, I don't have to heat up the head to get it back on. Okay, so on this body you can see how like yellow she is gone, but her facial coloring is still really good, her blush and her lips. Okay, so the water bottle method. Let me refix her hair here. Okay, so the water bottle method, you're gonna want a towel so that you don't get wet. All right, just gonna brush out her hair real quick. So really, literally all you need is just a little spray bottle full of water and a bristle brush, kind of like this one with the black soft bristles. And let me get the hair out of here. I haven't cleaned out this brush in a minute. Okay, where's my, okay. Okay. All right, good enough. Okay. All right, so just like if anyone's seen me do it before, you already know what this process is. So, take a sippy sippy. Oh, also Amber, I don't know if you saw yet on any of my posts. I got this cute little Crissy roller set that lights up. Let me turn this off so you can see it. Super, super cute. And it's got Crissy on this side, Velvet on this side. Obviously, you can tell it's a little bit faded, but not bad. And it also came with this little booklet here with, I think it was 10 different little hairstyles. But yeah. Okay, so have your doll. Yes, the hair dryer. I have the hair dryer here too. I was gonna turn it on and show it, but I can't seem to find any AA batteries. So you have your doll. And if anyone out there watching has chatties, like tiny chatty babies or chatty babies with frizzy hair, you can use the same process. It is not a one and done process. It is a multiple treatment process until you keep doing this process over and over and over until the hair is as frizz-free as you want it to be. I wouldn't recommend doing that on chatties though, because I tried it once and it completely melted the hair. Okay, so take your spray bottle and just, I do it in like small little sections. So you spray the section that you want to start with. Getting late, gotta go to bed. Good night. Oh, okay, bye Steven, good night. Thanks for joining me, I appreciate you. Thanks for the advice, you're very welcome. So you just wet the hair, brush it into desired style, and leave it to dry. Yes, exactly. Yes. So that's literally, you just explained it. That's all you do. Just take your, let me turn this up a little bit. Okay. Take your, actually I'm going to start with this side. Take your spray bottle, just plain old water, and you spray the section that you want to do. And you want to get the hair pretty wet so you can get all the underneath hair too. And then you don't have to do this, but what I do is I take my metal bristle and I just brush through that to make sure to get all the hair saturated. And if you feel like it's not saturated enough, what you can do is kind of brush it back like this and then spray that underneath side. Just like that. But you want to make sure 100% that every fiber, every piece of hair is wet. Because if it's not, then you will continue to have frizz and little pieces that stick up in little flyaways. All right, but you have your section sprayed, and literally, scoot back a little bit. All you do is just take your brush and just brush it through. Just like so. And this side of the brush will really smooth out that frizz and really get the hair to lay in the desired style. And the ends of her hair are pretty frizzy still. So like I said, this is not a one and done process. This is a multiple time doing process. It takes patience. But yeah, you just do that. And then again, you don't have to do this part, but I like to do this part. I'll take my finger and just smooth it out and curl it under her chin if I want it curled under her chin. Like so. And that is how I get the hair to lay the way I want it to and get rid of frizz at the same time. So you're like killing two birds with one stone. which is very, very nice. All right, so now I'm going to move on to her poofy bangs. And you can see her dripping there. That's why I say you want a towel, so you yourself don't get wet. And obviously do this, I'm not listening. You want to do it away from any and all electronics so they don't get wet and ruins. But you really want to saturate that hair to get everything and get it to really lay the way you want it to. And you just brush it down. But you can already see how flat and frizz-free, like her bangs were pretty frizzy, but now they're laying flat, which is exactly what you want. This is a great way to flatten out the frizz in your doll's hair and get it to lay the way you want. Oh, I need to get this brushed into the style I want first. Okay. Then bring all this over. Oh. And then if you see there's any spots, like right here, that either you missed or are not wet enough, you just simply go through, just give it another spritz or two, and then brush and style. But if you want to take the easier route, obviously you can do the boil rinsing. But I like this method, obviously, or honestly, because I feel like it just, I don't know, like I said, you're killing two birds with one stone. And I kind of like that feeling, because you put more of your time and effort into it, so you really know that, you know, you're gonna get what you want. And then also, while it's wet, if you want, like if her bangs look like this, what I do sometimes is I'll just run along the bottom and just kind of give her a little swoop, just like that. So it's kind of like, whoo. And then I see there's a lot of hair right here that I missed that needs to be trimmed. But for her, I think I'm just gonna leave it on the straighter side. Okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. And then it's gonna take a few times, kind of like fussing with it and brushing it to get it to lay exactly how you want. But once you have it where you, have it where you want it and you're satisfied with it, like I said, what I do is I just run my finger over it to really flatten it out and get it to lay the way that I want it to. And I've only tried this on Crissy's and Chatty's. I don't think I've tried it on Chatty Cathy's. I have tried it on Charmin Chatty on her bangs, and it works really, really good. And it works really well on Tiny Chatties as well. Okay. So then once you have her in her desired, or in your desired style, how you want it to lay, you just set her up somewhere and let her dry. I'm just gonna do this back part real quick. Because I don't just do, like say just her bangs were sticking up and nothing else. I don't when I do this method, I don't do just one part and then leave the rest dry. I will do literally, oops, whether it needs it or not, I will do the entire head. Because that's how I am. And when it comes to my dolls, especially when it comes to my dolls, I am very, very OCD. The back of her hair there's a lot of frizz and flyaways, and right now it just looks super, super smooth. And sometimes this back stuff, it'll be sticking up, so I'll just take it and I'll just kind of, like this right here, I'll just slide it towards the front. And then that is it. That's all there is to it. And then after it dries and you like brush it out and whatnot, and you're satisfied with it, you don't have to do it again. But most of the time, I find that this process is not, like, it needs to be done more than once for it to, lay the way I want it to, or have no frizz. Like, there's multiple reasons that you could use this method. And yeah, like it said, if her bangs are sticking up or over here, she's gonna have to be done again because there's still a lot of frizz sticking up there. Yeah. So it's not gonna be a one-timer for her. But yeah, so, and surprisingly, no water got into her eyes. But yeah, I've used this on multiple Crissy dolls. I've used it on Velvet and Carrie. I've used it on Brandy and Dina. Just about every Crissy family doll, including Cinnamon, because, their base hair is really, really short. So if they have a little bit of frizz that I want to get rid of, I'll use this method, and I'll do it a couple times, sometimes only once if they only need it once. But a lot of times with these dolls, they have a lot of frizz. Like up here, you can see there's one that doesn't want to stay down. So, but yeah, she'll need it a couple times. But yeah, like I said, most of the time, at least for me, it's not a one and done. You got to do it multiple times. You got to be patient and, whatnot. But if you do this once and her bangs are staying down and laying flat the way you want them to, and you don't feel she needs another treatment, then by all means, don't give her another treatment. But if you want to give her another treatment, go for it. I always love to give my dolls multiple treatments because, like I said, I am very, very OCD with my dolls. So their hair has to be as smooth as possible, like basically just taken off the factory line. But yeah, so those are the two methods that I know of to flatten out hair if it's sticking up after you wash it, or frizz, anything like that. You can boil wash or rinse it, or you can just use this method. This method is very easy. It only requires two things, and depending on how much hair she has, it only requires 20 minutes, if that, maybe less, probably less. But yeah, I'm going to set her to the side, and I'm going to let her dry. And yeah, I'll show you a couple examples of the water bottle and brush treatment that I used on my chatties and my velvets. Actually, I'll show you on the chatties because I use it more on my chatties. So let me go, I'll go in there. Oh, legs. I should not have done legs tonight. Damn, okay. All right, let's go in here And then I'll show you. Oh, here's one good example. I need to flatten out her hair again. But here's a good example. I did her hair multiple times, and you can see literally each layer of hair that she has. And the ends kind of almost sort of light up, kind of like fiber optics. But her hair, let me flip this around here so you can see. Not only does it get rid of the frizz, but it smooths out the hair in general, and it just makes it so shiny. And I'll show you some of these other ones I have that I've done. My newest one, let me go out here. I need to brush her hair out a little bit. Grab one of these brushes that's dry. Oh, stay. Not that one, not that one, but this one. Okay, I'll put you up here for a second, and then I'll flip you around so I can use my flash. So it comes out a little shinier. She needs a few more treatments. Her hair was pretty frizzy when I got her. But like I said, I've done that method probably about 5 or 6 times on this one. And it has smoothed out so much. But like I said, she does need a few more treatments just to really get that frizz out of her hair. And this is the chatty that I'm talking about. I got her from my friend Heather, and she is a authentic Canadian doll with the soft face, glass eyes, and like perfect lip coloring. And I fixed her to talk, and she does so perfectly. All right, I'll show you how her hair looks. And turn my flash on. Let me turn this off. Okay. So there you can see how nice and super shiny her hair is. Like I said, she needs a few more treatments. But doing this process definitely, most certainly, helps to flatten out the hair and get it to lay the way I want. And ultimately get rid of the frizz. The back of her head, you can see kind of down there at the bottom and on the sides, was super duper frizzy. There was barely any shine to her hair on the sides, but now it's, especially right there where it's kind of balding. That was mostly frizz and there was like no shine there, but now we're starting to get some shine there. But yeah, you can see all the bumpiness in her hair. But yeah, like I said, she still needs a few treatments that will all get done in time. And then we'll come in here and I'll show you a couple of the others I've done. Like, let's see, chatties. Oh, I did them on her bangs. Just her bangs. And you can see, oops, I know it's hard to, it's not a good angle. But her bangs are very smooth and shiny. And then also this girl down here, this is my other mint condition chatty baby. But I did a few times on her, so her hair is like mint condition now. And she's not gonna sit up. This is my other Canadian doll with decal eyes, but I also used it on her. Her hair is super smooth along with her. And you can see how absolutely perfect and shiny. Look how shiny that is. Oh my gosh. How shiny their hair is. Actually, I need to take her out because I need to redo her. And then some dolls over here. Ignore my mess. I've used it on this singing chatty here. So her hair is pretty frizz-free and shiny. And then also I did it on those two Canadians. Her hair was cut, so her hair won't lay the way I want it to, even if I wanted it to. And then this chatty brother, I used it on him. His hair is super shiny. Most of these dolls I've done this treatment on. This is just a really bad angle. I can't take them off the shelf without taking all these off. But all of my chatties, you can see like on my brother there, I've used this treatment on. So a lot of them, their hair is like super duper smooth, and like his super shiny, no frizz. Here's another one that I did. And yeah, obviously I didn't use it on her because her hair is curly. My Miss Beasley up here, I used it on her. Her hair is super smooth. And all my Drowsies, I use it on those, but they've kind of gotten a bit messy. I don't think I've ever used it on Motionettes or Barbies or anything like that. So, ooh, ouch. Okay, ow. Oh, my Charmans. Their hair's not gonna be as shiny because they've been sitting. So, let me turn this flash on here. But I've used it on, I've done that process on their hair. So you can see how smooth and shiny it is. I think this one here was the best. You can see how nice and smooth and just her hair is like phenomenal. Let's see. I saw a comment pop up. Super impatient when it comes to drying doll hair. I know, right? Do I know the Crissy outfit Gypsy? I know of it. I don't own it. Pure time capsule, right? Do the chatty dolls have a similar hair type to Crissy? No. I don't believe so. Because I'll show you, I have a parts box out here of chatty stuff that was in the shed. And this one had super cut hair. Her hair was super cut in places. So it needs to be fixed up real quick. But I tested it on her because her hair was cut, so I didn't really care what happened to it. But yeah, I tried boiling her hair, boil rinsing her hair, like I would with the, this is all falling out. I don't know why I'm brushing this. I only did it on the front. You can see the back it's still got some shine to it. But the front, this is what the front looks like. You can see how white it is, and it's fried. It's absolutely fried. And like I said, this is a parts doll, and you can see, like, back here, the different spots of where her hair was cut. So like I said, I wasn't worried about if this doll got damaged, but I did try to boil rinse her hair, and it literally turned white and just whoosh, shriveled right up. Like, her hair was probably about down to here, and then I boil rinsed it, and it just whoosh, just shriveled right up. And you can see there's like little to no shine left in it, and it's just white as a ghost compared to this back here, which is like a yellowish blonde. See, this back here still has some shine to it. I didn't do it in the back. It was only this up here. So no, I don't think that chatties have the same hair type as Crissy's, because like I said, I have boil rinsed Crissy before, and her hair is like pristine compared to this nasty fried blonde. Which was really kind of sad because you can see how nice her lip color is. Like, she had perfect lip coloring, but her eyes were broken and she was missing her teeth, and she had a ton of haircuts. So I wasn't really too worried about what happened to her. But yeah, I don't think the chatty dolls have the same, ouch, hair type as Crissy's. But yeah, let's see if I can find, I know there was a couple in this box. Wow, she needs a hair day. This was my like box of parts and heads, and I know there was that one. And then I had another one. It was a little brunette baby. And I tried it again on that one, and it just, because I thought maybe this needs to come out of there before it gets lost in parts. I thought maybe they used like a different hair type. But no, it did the exact same thing. I don't know where it is. I can't, it's probably buried in there that I can't get to. But no, so don't ever do a boil rinse on any chatty doll. Like I said, I only tried it on this chatty baby. Wherever that head went now. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's right here. So yeah, I wouldn't, unless you want your doll's hair to look like this, it'll turn white and it'll fry it. It'll absolutely fry it. Like, this hair is so dry now, you can't, it's ugly. But yeah, they don't have the same hair type as a Crissy, because Crissy's have obviously nylon hair, and I'm not sure what type of hair chatties have. I thought they had nylon, which is why I tried it. But no, they don't have nylon hair. I'm not sure what type of hair it is, but it's definitely not nylon. Here's another. This one has really, really good hair, but her facial, oh, damn, I need to close my door so Kitty doesn't get into it and try and attack all my doll hair. Oh, ouch. Ow, legs. Okay. Set you back up here. This was a head I got from Darlene from a doll that she gave to me. And she gave it to me because the body it had, it didn't talk, and she was just dirty and she was a mess. But, oh, it's down here. Ugh. Let me brush this out real quick, get the dust out of there. This was another head I did the water bottle and brush treatment on. And obviously, as you can see, it worked phenomenally. And let me just shine this up real quick. Okay. But you can see her, she has like no facial coloring. You can see the blush, but it's gone very, very yellow. And those little white spots, she has a case of the chatty measles. But yeah, but she had a full head, a complete head of hair, uncut. So I washed and conditioned her hair and brushed it all out and styled it. And then she had a little bit, it wasn't like super terrible, but she did have some frizz at the ends of her hair. And I think it took about 10 to 12 treatments for her to get it to look like this. It works a lot better with my flash. So let me flip this around. I'll turn this off. And I'll flip this around and turn on my flash. There we go. And you can see it just, that shine goes all the way down to the ends of her hair. There's a little better view of those chatty measles, those little white spots. But yeah, you can see just how shiny and smooth this hair is all the way down to the ends. So that is the benefits of doing the water bottle method with the chatties. all this pretty shiny, gorgeous, smooth, and soft hair. And you can also see all the multiple, I think these brunette chatties were done with like 3 different colors of hair. But yeah. So that's the benefits of doing the water bottle treatments. And if you're patient enough and do it enough times, you can get it to look like this. Like factory mint. With all this gorgeous, gorgeous shine. I wonder if the spots are like what 80s Barbies get on their legs. That, I don't know. I wondered the same thing, but I think that's a, that's something with the vinyl, or not the vinyl, the rubber they used. Like the rubber, the chemicals in the rubber that they used breaking down. And then these are hard plastic. Like you can't squeeze these or nothing. And usually you find these chatty measles on the hard-faced dolls. And actually, I'll show you on my, turn this back on. I'll show you on my newest chatty head. I wonder if maybe you can see it. Because I don't know if you could see it last time. Where did I, oh, here. Oop. Let's see. Here's her. Let me turn the flash on. So I can definitely, yeah, you can see them. They're like over here, right here on her cheek, which is ass, because it's right there in the middle of her blush. And then up here on her nose and right there, and there's one right there. And down there on her chin and by her ear, and in the back there. There's a couple there on her chin, right under her lips. There's one right there. But yeah, which is really crappy, because obviously this head is in like tip-top mint condition. And she is just, like, look at all that shine in her hair. So, so, so gorgeous. But like I said, I didn't care about that, because really from a distance, you can't, I mean, like, obviously if you're a collector, you're going to look for that stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, it's usually on those hard-faced dolls. It never really happens on the soft-faced dolls. But yeah. Let's see. What is the chatty baby with the red hair? Red hair. Oh, that is the kitty. I know. That's what happened to both my wool hair Crissies. The hair shriveled up and looked like it was cut. Yeah, with the wool hair Crissies, you can't have any kind of heat whatsoever. I tried to do it with like my nylons. I turned the water as hot as it'll go to see if it'll straighten it or like smooth it out a little bit. And instead it just shriveled right up. And I'm like, well, damn. Can't straighten it, can't curl it, can't wash it with super hot water. Like, that water's got to be like room temperature, or if it's any hotter than that, then that hair is shriveling up. And you have a very horrible hair, Crissy. Ugh. Okay, this chatty, I'll show you her because she's an interesting case. Let me just grab her down real quick. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Ignore my mess. Oh, please don't fall. Okay. Oh, hey, I found batteries. Hopefully they're good enough. Okay, so. Ooh, ouch. Damn, that hurt. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay. This is the one you're talking about, right? This one with the red hair? I think this is the only red hair I have. Yeah, okay. The only red hair? yeah. So this chatty, this is another chatty that like I said, I've only seen along with the like the Crissy hair dryer and the hair curlers. I've only seen these dolls a handful of times. Not very much. I know they are very hard to find. But this is actually a strawberry blonde doll. And I got her off of eBay, and I'm pretty sure the YouTube video is still on my channel of when I got her. This doll was absolutely, like, filthy. Like, she just got unburied from the ground, which she's been buried in for the last 20 years. Like, her arms and her legs and her face were just, like, black and covered in dirt. And it was gross, honestly. But I got her because, obviously, her hair color, she is a strawberry blonde Canadian doll. And I need to get her some new lashes, because they just keep falling apart. So they're just getting thinner and thinner. These are not her original lashes, obviously. She came with, when I got her, she had no lashes, and she had no lip paint. And obviously you can tell she's very, very pale, especially in the face, but she is a soft face. And as you can see from right here, and also there's some in the back, someone tried to match her hair color, which honestly they did an alright job. It's a little darker than her original, but it's not bad. But yeah, you can see like back here, she is missing a whole ton of hair plugs. Her hair is dry rotting and falling out, and it's been falling out since the day I got her. But yeah, she has little spots all over that just come out. And sometimes I'll like be brushing her hair or something, and there'll be big chunks that come out at a time. So, but yeah, so she is a strawberry blonde. And these strawberry blondes, like I said, are rather hard to find, especially in Canadian dolls. But yeah, so she's a strawberry blonde Canadian. She has the blue glass eyes instead of the green. Open and close. And I repainted her lips, obviously very horribly. I am no artist. I don't know anything about repainting lips, so I just kind of hatched it. But yeah, she needs to be re-cleaned. She's got some marks on her. But yeah, like I said, she was filthy, and she has a white ring, and I'll show you the inside, because the inside is what I found interesting about her. When I got her, her string pulled like 3 feet too long. But if you let it in at the right time, her O-ring was bad. They tried to replace her O-ring, but it was split. But like I said, her string was... someone tried to repair her. So you pulled the string out, and it literally came to, like, down here. So once it got to, like, maybe, like, right here, you could hold it, and it would go slow enough for the needle to make contact with the record, and she would talk. Obviously, like Chipmunk. But I opened her up, and this is why I thought she was so interesting, because normally the tiny chatties have either blue, or I'm sorry, not blue, I don't know why I said blue, black or yellow records, and this one has a white record. And I only have 2 tiny chatties that have white records. None of my 18-inch or 18-inch chatty babies have white records. I have one that has a blue record. Like, it's like a really pretty baby blue record. But yeah, so she has a white record, and I've never seen that on a tiny chetty. She also has this very strange smell. It doesn't smell like cigarettes or mold or mildew or anything like that. It smells like if you walked into your dad's garage or something. It just kind of smells like metal and like different chemicals. It smells like that. But she does talk. Oh, her O-ring is wearing out, so her string goes in kind of fast. But yeah, you can see the inside of her body is like, and the outside really, is just like super duper peachy. But yeah, let's see if I can get her to talk at the right speed. I need to get her a new O-ring. But yeah, she does talk, as you can see. But that's just with me holding the string. If I don't hold the string, you can see it at first it's really fast. But after a few pulls, it evens itself out. Kind of. But yeah. But yeah, so I thought she was really interesting because, like I said, strawberry blondes, they're hard to find. And the other reason why I got her was, like I said, because of how peachy her body is. Like, you can see the inside, which hasn't been touched by the sun or anything. But it's very, very... It's much peachier than your normal chatty body. And even the limbs on the inside, they're very peachy compared to the outside. And this is really bright. Maybe you can see a little better, yeah. So you can see how peachy the inside of her limbs are compared to the outside. So obviously the insides haven't been touched by the sun or anything like that. So they haven't faded, you know, nothing like that. But yeah, that's on each one of her limbs. Each one is peachy on the inside and faded on the outside. But yeah, so, and I'm pretty sure I got her for decently cheap. Which was surprising. The person obviously did not know what they had, which was lucky for me. But yeah. Her record has obviously some scratches and nicks in it, and that was probably from whenever her previous owner before me decided to get in there and try and repair her. They probably made some mistakes and let the needle bounce around, and it scratched her record. But also the other thing about her is the only time I've seen these strawberry blondes, they have these Canadian eyes. But I don't know if you can see, yeah. Her eye sockets are split. Almost kind of like someone took an X-Acto or something and kind of split them. So, but I don't think her eyes have ever been changed. Because like I said, these strawberry blondes always came with these Canadian glass eyes. Or at least that's what I've ever seen them as. So maybe her original glass eyes went bad, and they replaced them with these ones? I don't know. But yeah, so that is that red-headed chatty. But yeah. And also, I took some, if anyone's wondering, these lashes, and also the lashes in that other blonde Canadian that I got from Heather. I got a whole bag from, I think it was my friend Josh, but it was literally like a giant bag full of nothing but chatty eyes. And there were straight glancing eyes, side glancing eyes, charming chatty eyes. There was no glass eyes, unfortunately. But one day I was really bored and I went through that bag and I matched up every single one, well, that I could. And I made like, I think I got up to 40 40 different pairs I matched up to the best of my ability. Obviously, they weren't like a perfect twin match, but it was the best I could. But yeah, like 40 pairs. And then the other ones I couldn't match up either went into another bag, or some of them were broken, the posts were broken. So the ones that were broken I put in a separate bag. And then now whenever I get eyes like these glass eyes and they don't have lashes, I'll go into that bag, and obviously the eyes are broken, so you can't use them anymore. But I'll take them out of the sockets, take the eyelids off, and then take the lashes off of those, and then use them for these glass eyes. And they work perfectly. But yeah, so that's that one. And I haven't done a thing with any of these dolls that I said I was going to. And it's already almost 4 o'clock. Smells like an auto repair shop. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's do. Got my back cracked. All right. What I wanted to do is, I think I'm going to just start chopping her hair off, because like I said, there's a big cut right there in the front of her part line, and then there's this bit right here that's a bit of her bangs that's cut. So, oh, and there's also a ton back here that's cut, as you can see. So she's getting de-haired and put in the reroot pile. So let's do that. So I can sit for a minute and let my back relax. She also needs, I think, maybe not. Oh, maybe it wasn't this one. There was one of these bodies from the ones that were flooded. Ouch. She needed new arms because they were very swingy and loosey-goosey. Okay. Oh yeah. You can see all that right there. Oh yeah. I forgot how bad her hair was cut. But alright, so let's... Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the sink and wet her hair, because I find it's much easier to cut Crissy hair when it is wet. If her hair wasn't cut in so many places, it would actually be in pretty good shape, because most of it looks pretty full length. It looks a little chopped over here, but whatever. Oh, phone's at 20%. Cool. What's my iPad at? Let's check that. Oh, oh, 350, 75%. All right, so let's go wet this Crissy head, and then we will plug my phone in. Ugh. Okay. So my back and my legs are now wanting to hurt. Cool. My body is falling apart. Don't get old, it's a trap. Okay, let me just wet her hair real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna dry her off a little bit. And then after this, I think I'm gonna pack it up, because I'm a little tired and I'm a little in pain. water out of there. Oh, okay. And I have to also put all this stuff back that I got out. There's a hanger on the floor. Why? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Oh, damn. Here's that. Oh, no. Damn. Okay. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's start with these. There is so much stuff all over this workbench. Okay. Let's get to cutting. Oh, I'm gonna brush this out real quick. I don't know why I'm brushing it, because it's all just gonna get chopped anyway. Oh, I need that towel, because she's dripping. Okay. Now, let me sharpen my scissors. My little ticky-tock hack. Okay. So these scissors were just like, they wouldn't cut at all. So, let's see if that worked. Alright. I'm going to start with this part line. I don't know why, I always start with the part line. Okay. Ah, we're cutting! Yay. Okay. So there you have proof. TikTok hack works. Oh, there's a piece that doesn't want to stay down. And lots of double knotting, or double rooting. Okay. You know what? I don't know why I'm... Alright. Messy hair. Alright. Cut, 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 cut. Oh, there they go. So, oh, sorry. You can't even see what I'm doing. I love it when you hate me. There's going to be a lot of dolls, as if there isn't already, in my reroute pile. These scissors are already dying. These scissors are really old, though. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. See, these ones are dead, too, and these are professional hair scissors. Where's my... Oh. I wonder if maybe I tighten this up. Maybe that'll work a little bit. That's not going to work because it's just doing the same thing. Okay. Let's try that. Will that work? Yes. Nope. Just kidding. I guess I just need to get some new scissors, huh? Crissy's bald. Almost. There was a Crissy I got out of this lot. And I thought her hair was fine and I was going to clean her up. And then this part, like, this whole section up here was cut. And then the only part that wasn't cut was her part line that folded over. So they just took that part and literally just super glued it down to cover all this part here that was cut. And I already got her de-haired and everything, but... And then I started cutting her hair and realized that wasn't the only spot that they applied the super glue. And it was literally basically all over her head. And I'm like, I don't know why you would do that. But, I mean, whatever. Okay, and this is the part where I take my brush and I just brush all this down to get all that stuff I can't get. Like all of this. Okay. Trying to school your dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. And then when I get all the plugs out, you'll see what I mean, what I was talking about earlier, if you don't know about the gaping plug holes in her part line. And this girl is, if you can see here on the side, right here, these 3 rows are like triplets. They move at the perfect same time. All these plugs, each one is lined up perfectly. So she is triple row rooted. There's a lot of plugs that, yeah, this is another tons of, as you can see here, triple or double rooting when they're going along rooting the hair. And I'm guessing hair gets caught up and goes out of one plug into another plug. Or multiple plugs, I'm not sure. Okay. 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 Now, I'm going to take my flathead. Actually, I'm going to get this part line a little more. Make it super easy for that to come out. You can see all kinds of double rooting here. Okay, now take our big flathead and just start scraping. You can see all that hair just coming right out of there. See all that hair I've already gotten out. And just scrape, scrape, scrape until there's no more plugs in her head. Oops. And you can see spots like right here where it goes from one plug to another. That's what I mean by double rooting. Okay. Okay, get this front part. So you see what I mean by the part line, the holes being so big, because they go back and forth to get the hair in there. And there's a lot of double rooting in there. But you stick them in the boiling water to get them nice and shrunken up like that. So when you go to reroot her again, you don't have to use a crap ton of hair to fill those holes. Okay, she's crapping hair everywhere. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. Oh, shit. Damn. I just created a bigger hole. See, the ones in the back aren't really too bad, but the ones in the front are, like, horrible. I'm just trying to get the rest of this part line out. There we go. All right. I just have to get all this extra hair out of here. Okay. And then the hardest part is getting these ones that are like on the inside of her grow hair hole. Like you can see that one. The ones that are down in there around there are usually the hardest to get. Okay. See if we can get some of this extra stuff out that doesn't want to come out of these plugs. And then I'll show you how I shrink them up. And you'll have to forgive me, my microwave is kind of on the fritz. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna have to put this in for like, or put the water in for like 4 minutes just to get it hot enough to fully shrink these holes. Okay. All right, now I have to get all the hair out of there. And the way I do that is I just use my finger, scoop it all, and swish it to like this part of her head, the back. And then I'll show you what I do to grab it all. I'll just kind of get it in a big pile. And then what I do is I'll squish her head like this, and then I'll take my pliers, and if I'm lucky, I'll just be able to grab it all in one go. Just like that. So it only takes not even 2 seconds to get all of that hair out. But sometimes there's a lot of loose stuff that doesn't want to come out. But I find that doing that, when you get it all into here and you have to use your pliers, use your finger and kind of scoop it all down to like the back of her head, and then just take her head and kind of squeeze it so it squeezes it all towards the center, and then just take your pliers and grab it all out in one fell swoop. Get the rest of this stuff out of her grow hair hole. Oh. All right. So now she has no more hair anywhere in her head. Oh, just kidding, just a little plug. Okay. So now, give you a good look. This is what her part line looks like. Obviously that front right there is the worst, but the rest really isn't too bad. And her eyes, I'm gonna straighten those out real quick. Just use my little flat head. And carefully just, oops, that was way too far. Okay, that hair can go away. Okay. Okay. Nope, it just repositioned itself. There we go. So now her eyes are a little bit straighter. No, it keeps moving back. Damn. This one needs to go over here. Okay, well, that's good enough. These are plastic back eyes, so the lashes are very crappy and not very even at all, obviously. But yeah. Alright, let's go shrink these holes before my back decides to obliterate me. Okay, get out this hair into there. Alright. You know, I think I might just take her eyes out because these lashes are terrible. So I think I might just take her eyes out and then completely submerge her head in the water to see if, because sometimes depending on how, I guess, dehydrated the vinyl is, it'll turn either a darker color or a yellow color like this. And some of these Crissies, like I think this one here, she got some of her peachy coloring back from shrinking her plugs, because the hot water and the steam rehydrated the vinyl, which I didn't know was a thing until like 6 years ago. Okay. Let's get this going. I'll move this stuff. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, put this up here. Oh, hey, there's a Crissy head that I forgot about. She's very hard head. Ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. Oh my God. Okay, oh, it's over here. Alright, do this quickly before the pump goes off. Okay. So, when I say my microwave is on the fritz, it's because it kind of does this thing. I don't know if it's going to do it tonight, but if it does, I'll show you. But it kind of like kicks on and off while it's going. But it's like while it's, okay, hang on one sec. I gotta move this and this. Wow, that didn't work. Okay, move all this shit. Okay. Grab this in there. Okay, I wonder if it's gonna do it. I don't think it will. Well, first of all, it's that clicking noise that you hear. And then while it's going, it'll like sound like it's kicking on and off. And I'm guessing it's the heating element or whatever it is. And it's not heating up like it. Oh, there it goes. Wait, listen. So it just kicked off. Right there. Did you hear it? Now it's back on. See if it kicks off again. It's gonna do it? No? Usually it does it by now. Oh, there it goes. Now it just kicked off. And then you see when it kicks on, the light dims down. So it's something with the heating element. So when I pull, like, I would usually put the water in for like 2, maybe 3 minutes, and it would already be boiling. The other night I put the water in for almost 4 minutes, and it wasn't even boiling yet. I did it upstairs in the microwave in the kitchen upstairs, and I only had it in there for not even 2 minutes, and the water was already just boiling. So this microwave is definitely on the fritz, but obviously I can't use the one upstairs because it's 4 in the morning, so this one's gonna have to suffice. So we're just gonna wait for that. I put it in for 4 minutes to see if it, how long it takes for it to start boiling, but you heard it. It kicks on and off. It does that. So it's not, when it kicks off, it's not heating up at all. It's just something in the microwave turning. And it does it with everything, not just the water. It'll do it with food or, whatever I put in there. And it's really super hella annoying. Because when I do it with food, my food won't even heat up all the way. And I have to microwave it like 6 times before I get it to like how hot I want it. Sounds like an old microwave. I mean, it's a Hamilton Beach. We got it like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. But before we did our kitchen remodel, there was a white one up there. I can't remember what brand it was, but we had that thing for like 10-15 years. And when we did the kitchen remodel and got rid of it, it was still working like just fine. So this one's only like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old, and it's already on the fritz. But I don't know. We have 45 seconds left. I don't know if you can still hear it kicking on and off. Yeah, that's not even, there's not even bubbles on the side. So that's, damn. Okay, 45. So it's not even like, it's nowhere near as hot as it should be. Because that was 4 minutes. It should be boiling probably after not even 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It should be boiling. But this has already gone 4 minutes, and there's not even bubbles on the side yet. Time for a new microwave. Yay, money I don't have. Okay, we got 10 seconds. Oh, there's the bubbles. Yeah, that was 4 minutes. This should definitely be bubbling by now. It's definitely hot, but it's not boiling and bubbling as it should. Okay, let me go over here. It is very hot and steamy, but all right, let me flip this, and you can see her plug holes there, how big they are and gaping. And then stick this in here and kind of swirl it around and yada yada yada. Oops. And don't burn the shit out of your fingers. And I can already see some of the peachiness coming back into her face. But now you can see how shrunken up those plugs are. And now when I go to reroute her, I don't have to use as much hair to fill those plugs. Yeah, her face is definitely, it doesn't look the same on camera. Her face still looks really yellow on camera, but in person, her face is definitely a lot more peachy. All right. Yeah. So you can see the holes in her plug line are a lot more shrunken up. All right, let me, oops. I'm gonna empty this out, and then I'm gonna push her eyes out. Ow. Hot water. Ow. Okay, now since her face is all nice and squishy, I'm just gonna push these eyes right out. Oop, there's one. And, oh, this one's a little harder. 2. So, plastic back eyes. And now I'm just going to take her head, oops, and just, now that she has no eyes in there, let that submerge right in there. And I'll use my toothbrush because I heard that this, like, boiling water can help reshape your old toothbrushes. And so I'm just going to set that one in there, set this one in here, and set this one in here. Because I heard, like, when your toothbrushes are all, like, misshapen like that, just set them in boiling water for a few minutes, and it completely reshapes them. Her face, well, looks a little bit better. Let me turn my flash on. Oh, yeah. That definitely looks a lot better. It's definitely not as yellow anymore, on the camera anyway. Oh, that worked really well. These are the ones I use for, like, cleaning heads and all that kind of stuff. Basically, anytime I gotta scrub a doll or anything when I'm cleaning it, it didn't really work too well on that one. And I think my phone is at 10%, and I forgot to plug it in. So, we might have to end this video early. Oh yeah, she is definitely a lot more peachy now. I know, right? But she's definitely a lot more peachy now, especially in person. She's definitely not as yellow, which is really, really good. And you can see how much the plug holes really closed up in there. And they're, like, basically back to the original size. And they're super duper tiny, especially that one in the front there. Swirl that around. Okay. Oh yeah. That definitely helped. Her face looks so much better. I know it doesn't really look like it on camera. It still looks yellow. But in person, like, her face is, like, super peachy. Her blush looks amazing. I don't really see any dings too bad. Her painted lashes could probably use a little help, but I don't know how to do all that. Okay. Set that in there. And super squishy head. And we can put her back onto her body. Let's see if we can even do it while we have the tiniest amount of time. And this is how, also, I get my heads back onto my bodies. With these giant neck cones. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. But super squishy head. And just stretch that as best you can. I don't think it's going to work with this one. Oh, just kidding. There it goes. Yay! So now her head is back onto her body. Yay! Okay, now I just need to wipe it off. Get all that dirt off of there. Oh yeah, those, wow. Those plug holes look so much better. But yeah, as you can see from the side here, she is triple row rooted. And it even closed up her neck hole a little bit, so her head is like, it's stiff. But yeah, so that is how you do that. How I close up the holes. I love when, especially with the part line, when the holes in the front, especially when they use a lot of hair and it's like giant gaping holes, and then they close up to like almost nothing and you like can't even see them. Love that. So when I go to fix her or reroot her, she'll get a new pair of eyes. Because like I said, her facial coloring is pretty decent. She has a few dings, but it's not too terribly bad. But yeah. So, alright. That's about it for that episode of Late Night Dolly Chats. I am going to go and lay down and rest. Because I am in all kinds of pain from going to the gym. I probably should not have gone to the gym and then done this Late Night Dolly Chat. So, it is 4:30 in the morning. So, yes, I'm going to conclude this here. Thank you all for tuning in with me and chatting with me and whatnot. And I hopefully answered some of the questions that came through. And yeah, I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. Of course, without all of you, I wouldn't have the channel that I have right now, and it wouldn't be what it is without all of you. So yeah, that's about it for this episode. I hope you all have a Dollyrific night and Dollyrific day. And yeah. Next episode, I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be about or when it's going to be. But when I do one, we will figure it out and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm going to go rest up and stay tuned for the next Dolly video. And yeah, that's about it. So comment, rate, subscribe if you're new to my channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell notification wherever it may be, so you know when I go live with more Dolly videos. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. So good night, everyone. Good morning. And I'll see y'all later. Adios.